country. Real hot, 100 degrees, triple digits for, what, 4 days? From St. Louis to South Florida. Nothing you really do.
Yeah, Alicia, it's pretty wild. While we're in the midst of this storm right now, just about 20 minutes ago here in Los Angeles, we felt an earthquake. According to the
Earthquakes up, rolls the visitation here. Salvation getting close, we can taste it in here. We gon' do the yards, we ain't got no fear. The end time here, it done got more clear. Zion in the heaven, really opening the seal. The weather in his hand, really following the wheel. They talk about hot, but that sun too real. The judge on the throne by the show how they feel. Them crystals can't save, them idols can't save, that money can't save, that church can't save. The Holy One is able, the only one can save. He's sending out them prophets, will you hearken to the way? Or would you stand with pride, would you mock him to his face? When it all fall down, just remember that day. Pestilence and wars, these nations being used, really turning on the whore. I'm out of my people while I'm opening the door. Babylon had them drunk, but not no more. We at the end of time, open up your eyes. Euphrates River dry, it's time to pick a side. He pouring out vows, Revelation 16:9 right now. Messiah on his way, we gon' bow right down. Ain't nowhere to run when them trumpets sound. We gon' follow Christ, I can't dump my crown. I can't dump my crown. I can't dump my crown.
Let the horns blow. Yeah, cause these days they have a form of godliness, but they deny the power. Uncircumcised still got the heart of those who built the tower. The tongues of restless evil, they coming to devour. I will protect your people, we need you in this hour. It's evident from the residents to the presidents. People can't speak description lessons with a speech impediment. So not offend, call it choice, don't call it sin. Men and women without natural affections will not repent, won't move an inch. Love is a pleasure, that dopamine is the heaven. True meaning of a dope fiend, soul filled up with loving. The world is black and white, it's all sixes and sevens. Goats and sheep, repent or repeat. And the Lamb is able to redeem the pimp and the thief. In the New Jerusalem, I throw my crown at his feet. Hallelujah.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Facebook Live, good morning, YouTube with Orlando keeping it simple. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing out there this morning? I hope the Most High really truly is blessing you over and abundantly with love, kindness, and joy. I hope the Most High really have truly blessed your offsprings with peace and understanding and wisdom. I hope He really truly has blessed you over and abundantly with all the things that your heart desires and their heart desires. I hope that He continue to bless you over and abundantly. With all the things that your heart desire when you ask in His name, Yahshua the HaMashiach's name, your highest name. I hope that you ask in His name. You know, I hope that you truly have. I hope that your week has been a great week. I hope that everything is going well with you. You know, it's a lot. I ain't gonna say it no more. My week has been an okay week. I can't complain too much. You know, I'm like Thomas. You know, a lot of the times when you look on TikTok and you look at these things and you hear a lot of people talk about a lot of different things that's supposed to happen, and this supposed to happen, and that's supposed to happen. And Just hand it to me right here. A lot of things supposed to happen. And one thing that the Most High told me, he reminded me of, okay. That starts tomorrow. Because everybody's saying they looking at this in the skies where today for some people on TikTok it's supposed to be a big day because today people are saying something significant is supposed to happen on this day. It was between the 18th through the 23rd. Something significant is supposed to happen. And then it says on October the 4th, something significant is supposed to happen. And the Most High reminded me, he said, no one knows the day nor the hour. And sometimes people can be on TikTok and they can say these things and they can say this and they can say that. But can't nobody give you a specific day because the Most High said no one knows the day nor the hour. So that gave me a calm reality because sometimes we think we know what's going to happen. We think we're going to know this and we think we're going to know that. But in actuality, don't nobody knows because the Most High said not even the angels in the heavens above knows what's actually when judgment is going to hit the earth. So the Most High told me that and I just said, okay, I ain't going to even trip about it. Whatever happened, happened. I believe it when I see it. I believe something going to happen. But I ain't going to believe the day the man says it's going to happen because the Most High said don't nobody know. So I ain't going to worry about it too much today. But if you could turn the word of the Most High to Exodus chapter 20 verse 1 through 17. So we can go ahead and get started this morning. In verse 1 it says, And El spake all these words, saying, I am Yahuwah thy El, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, and thou shalt have no other Els before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy El, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third or fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahuwah thy El in vain, for Yahuwah will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahuwah thy El. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy sons, nor thy daughter, thy manservants, nor thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy strangers that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore, if Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy fathers and thy mothers, that thy days be long upon the land which Yahuwah thy El giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbors, and thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservants, nor his maidservants, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Let us pray. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine to your kingdom, power to your glory, forever and ever. So let it be. Amen, amen, amen. Let us go back to Exodus chapter 20, verse 5 for a second. And the Most High telling me The reason why I give you definition of words when I read the text is because the word that they have in the Biblio, the text, may sound different from actually what the word means. So if I give you a meaning of the word or give you another name, another word for that word, it's because that word that they gave you in the Biblio, it kind of softens the meaning of the true meaning of the word, of that verse. Like say hypothetically, if I say in verse 5, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah, thy El, am a jealous El. Listen to that. A jealous El. Now let me go back and read it again and put in the word what the word jealous means. Okay, it said, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy El, am a angry or hateful. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right definition for the word jealous. Jealous means envy or angry. That's what it means, angry. It's not in a good sense. When they say jealous, that's not in a good sense. It's in a bad sense. Envious. It means to be envious, to be moved with, to provoke to jealousy, to be zealous. Zealous means angry. If you move the Most High to a jealous state, you moving him to a bad state. So he's not necessarily a good. When it says jealous, that's in a negative sense, not in a positive or happy sense. It's in a negative sense, bad sense. I'm angry. Let me read it over and I'm going to put the word angry in verse 5. I'm going to read it twice and I'm going to read it in the way it's presenting itself, and then I'm going to read it in the bad sense. Okay, it says, thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahuwah thy El, am a jealous El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Listening to the conditions, listening to all of that. Now let me put the word angry in substitution for jealous. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahuwah thy El, am a angry El, visiting the iniquities of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. It sounds totally different. It shows you that El has a bad sense that is not nice. When you decide to go against El, he's coming at you in a bad sense. He's coming to destroy you because of what you did. Jealous doesn't mean I'm hating on you. Jealous means that I'm angry at you. That's what jealous means. I'm angry at you, and I'm going to come and get you for what you did. That's the El that we serve. But let us go ahead and move to Proverbs chapter 16. And I'm going to be coming out of verse 16, chapter 16. It'll be verse 16 through 20. But I'm just going to deal with verse 18 and 19 today. I'm just going to deal with verse 18 and 19 today. Because I'm going to deal with verse 18 and 19. But it says, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than to be chosen than silver. Let me read that over. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver? The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his ways preserve his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and haughty spirit before a fall. Better is it to be of an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the proud. He that handles a matter wisely shall find good, and whosoever trusts in Yahuwah, happy he is. I'm going to deal with verse 18 and 19. It says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Better it is to be an humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoils with the pride. Okay, the word pride. And this basically is talking about a character. Character is the mental and moral quality distinct to an individual. Okay, pride is an unwarranted self-esteem or unreasonable arrogance of one's own superiority in talent, beauty, wealth, accomplishments, ranks, or elevation in office. Plug this up for me. Plug this up for me.
It's plugged up.
Is it? Okay, hold on. There we go. It's charging now. Okay. Okay. It says pride is an unwarranted self-esteem, an unreasonable arrogance of one's own superiority in talent, beauty, wealth, accomplishments, ranks, or elevation in office, which manifests itself in a lofty air. High-minded, lofty, the word lofty, because these are words we don't use on a daily basis. Some substituting words. Okay. Which manifests itself in proud airs, distance, reserved, and often in contempt with others, in conflict with others. Contempt means in conflict with others. When you are a proud person, you always think that you're better than everybody else. Is that camera on? Okay. When you are a proud person, you always in conflict with other people. You always think that you're better than other people. You think that you got it going on and don't nobody else have going on like you. You just the bomb diggity of the bomb diggities. And you're always in conflict with other people when you have a pride mentality. Egotist. Egotist is one who repeats the word I very often in conversations or writings. One who speaks much of himself or herself or magnify his own achievements. One who makes himself the hero of every talent. The word ego means self. Egotist means the actions of oneself. Okay? So, I'm going to give y'all a little personal thing today. I'm going to give you a little personal experience that I had a long time ago. And what I see what the Most High is doing right now is bringing people who has a very proud mentality or personalities. He's humbling them at this very moment. He's humbling them because they feel like they got it going on, and he's bringing them down to a situation where he's letting them know that you don't have it like you think you do. Because I remember hearing this guy say, and I won't forget it, he says, if the Lord's will, that it be done. If the Lord's will that I do this. If the Lord's will that I do that. If the Lord's will. And when I heard him say that, it showed me that he understood that the Most High was in control and he was not in control of his situations. But a lot of the times we think that we are in control of our situations. We think that we're in control of our destinations. We think that we are the all that be all of everything. And in actuality, we're not. We're just a tool and an instrument that is being used by the Most High to try to save as many people or get as many people that we can to believe in the Ruach HaKodesh. So however he got to use you to get other people to believe in him, he will do it. Whether he bring you up top and then he bring you back down low, then he bring you back up top again. You got to be that instrument that he uses to bring people to understand who the Spirit is. And see, a lot of us don't understand that because we don't look at things from a divine sense. We look at things from a physical and not spiritual sense. We think that everything happens on earth is from divine, from physical, and it's not. And I'm finna give y'all a personal testimony and what made me be who I am today, because a lot of people try to tell me, you right, you right, you right. And I tell people all the time, no, don't ever tell me I'm right. Just tell me you understand what I'm saying. Never tell me I'm right. Always tell me you understand. Because I'd rather for you to get understanding of me than to be able to tell me I'm right. Because it says that all thy getting, get understanding. So, my personal experiences, what happened to me in 2007. 2007, I was going through some conflicts in my life. And I was working for this company, and I said, well, I'm going to go out here and buy me a tractor trailer so that I can be able to start my own business. So that I can be able to do what I want to do, because I'm looking at my current situation. I'm looking at everything that's going on around me, and I said, I'm going to go out here and buy a truck. So the minute that I went out there and bought me a truck, for a certain period of time, I was doing very well. I was making $3,000 to $5,000 a week. I was doing good. I had my own thing going. I was living very good. I was taking care of my kids. I was doing okay. But understand that from 2007 to 2009 was the Great Recession. We was going through a great turmoil in America at the time because of the housing bust, the housing crisis, where they was giving these interest-only loans, and it caused the housing market to fall, and it brought on a Great Recession. But me not paying attention to the reality, not paying attention to the conditions that was going on in the world at that time, I did not think about everything that was going on. I was just thinking about what I needed to do. I was thinking about what I wanted to do, what I thought I needed to do for me. My intentions was good, but I had the wrong mindset. I had the wrong objective in the process. I wasn't equipped to go out there and start my own business because I didn't have good credit. I didn't have no support. I didn't have no confidence in myself. I did not have the things that I needed to be successful. Even though I wanted to be and have this trucking company so that I could make money, that wasn't the time to do it because of everything that was going on with me at the time. So I went out there and I jumped out there and I bought this truck and I was trying to do well. Even though I still had some issues that I didn't really deal with. I still went out there and tried to start this business when I know that I really wasn't ready for the business. Because I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand credit. I didn't understand that, hey, whether it's rain, sleet, or snow, I got to get out there and get this. I got to get my business going. Because they say in the trucking industry, if the wheels ain't turning, you ain't making no money. So I never understood that concept. So I got out there and I was doing it. And I made a lot of bad decisions. I made a lot of bad choices. But it was a learning experience. Because I tell people all the time, education costs. No matter what it is. Whether you go to college, you're going to pay for it. Or whether you're in life and you are living this life and you continue to make bad decisions without investigating things, you're going to continue to have to spend money. So education costs, regardless if it's from a 4-year school, 2-year school, or a tech school, whatever, or life, you're gonna education costs. So I had reached a point in my life where the economy was really doing bad. I didn't have no support. I didn't have no credit. I thought I did the best that I could do. And one day I just prayed to the Most High and I said, Most High, take this away from me. I prayed to the Most High and said, take this truck away from me. Because I wasn't really ready to handle it because of my situation. So when he decided, so what happened 2 weeks later, my truck was stolen. My truck was stolen. I didn't seek the Most High and ask him, what should I do at this point? Give me the encouragement to make it, do this for me and do that for me and do this for me and do that. I didn't do that. I just told him to take this burden away from me. Like when Yeshua was on the cross, he said, Father, if it be thou, he said, take this cup from me, but if thy will be done, let it be done. He didn't want to go through that. So, but he said, if thy will be done, let it be done. I'm paraphrasing. I might have messed it up. Don't critique me. But he didn't want to go through that moment, and neither did I. So the only thing I asked him to do was just take that truck away. He took it. 2 weeks later, it was stolen. And from 7 years from that point, I had to struggle to get out of that situation that I put myself into. Because I did not seek him before I went out there and got that truck. I did not seek wise counsel when I made these decisions. So I had to follow chapter 17. I was in a whole chapter 7. I was in a whole lot of stuff. But I call that my testimonial period. I call that my breaking moment where I had to be broke because of my pride that I had in myself, thinking that I was a bomb diggity when I was actually nothing. but a tool and an instrument to be used by other people, by the Most High. So, when I went through that moment, it was very touching. I was homeless at points in my life. I was homeless. I remember at a point in time I had $5 to my name that lasted me a couple of days. And I would call my friend and tell my friend, man, I ain't got them $5, man. I need to give me something to eat. And my friend would tell me, he said, well, man, why don't you go get you some fruits and vegetables, man? Why don't you go do this? And I said, man, I got $5 to my name. You think I'm thinking about some fruits and vegetables? I'm going to get me three $1 Wendy hamburgers and 2 fries and a cup of water. I ain't thinking about I'm not thinking about no fruits and vegetables when my stomach is hungry and I ain't got nothing but $5. So that's why I understand the less fortunate, because we don't understand what they got going on in their life, and they just trying to make it day to day. They're not trying to have a perfect meal. They just trying to get their stomachs full. But I had to go through that moment to be where I am today, and I'm not disappointed that I went through that moment, but now I have hindsight on why I went through those experiences. I have hindsight because I had a friend who was going through chapter 7. I was able to help him with his chapter 7 because I experienced chapter 7. I'm very sensitive to less fortunate people because I was less fortunate. I had to sleep in cars and I had to have somebody to buy me a hotel room so that I can stay in it because I didn't have a place to stay. I understand that I was so much money in so many other areas that it was ridiculous. But it caused me to have compassion on people because what I've been through, and I understood that. And see, a lot of us see what's going on in society today. The Most High is doing a lot of breaking. He's doing a lot of breaking because people think that they're one way, but in actuality, it's something totally different. He's doing a lot of breaking in people's lives. He's breaking you because you was depending on this and you was depending on that, and you thinking you was this and you thinking that you was that, but in actuality, you're nothing but a tool and an instrument to be used by the Most High. And fail to acknowledge Him for everything that you have, and failing to acknowledge Him for everything that you do, and to fail to acknowledge Him for leading and guiding you in the right direction. That's why it says in Proverbs 16 and 18, it says, pride goes before destructions. See, at some point in life, we have to realize that we are nothing but a tool and an instrument. We're nothing but a tool and an instrument to be used for the Ruach HaKodesh. And if we do not understand that, we're going to continue to be broken. He's going to break you physically, but He's not going to break you physically. He's going to break you of your own physical mentality. He's going to break you of your own physical material possessions. He's going to break you in the things that you value the most, but He's going to continue to allow you to look as if nothing ever happened to you. It's like when Daniel and the 5 Hebrew boys went through that fire. That was a fire of purification from the physical and the spiritual. Not the physical flesh, but the physical desires to have the things of the world and to have that spiritual mindset to be changed. So it was letting other people know that, hey, you cannot have the desires of this physical realm and continue to live in the spiritual world of Yahshua the HaMashiach. So when they went through that fire, it was a spiritual test. It was a spiritual and physical test to see exactly where you are in your life. Who are you really going to depend on in that moment of fire, in that moment of the valley? In that moment of the valley. Because let me tell you what a valley means. It says in Isaiah chapter 22 verse 5. Let me go here for a second. Isaiah verse 22 and 5. It says, for it is a day of trouble, and of trotting down, and of perplexity of Yahuwah of hosts in the valley of vision, breaking down the walls, and of crying to the mountains. A valley is a very dry and lowly place for an individual, for a country, or for whatever it is. It's a very dry place. Even though it's some water down in the midst of that valley to keep you alive. But valley is at the very low point of two hilltops. And see, a lot of the times the Most High got to bring us to that very low point of our life to be able for us to be able to go to Him and seek His face and ask Him for guidance. And see, I had to go through my valley experience. I call it my testimonial experience, so that I can have people to gravitate to me because they saw what I went through. They saw my experiences, and they can ask me, man, how did you get out of that? And the only thing that I can say is Yahuwah. Yahuwah, the Lord that I serve, helped me get through it. And there was a 7-year period where I had to go through all the ups and downs of life to get through that moment. But there was a testimonial period, but it was also a breaking period. And right now, we are in this moment of being broken. We're in this not just on an individual level, but it's on a country level. It's on a relationship level. It's on every aspect of our life. It's a moment of being broken. Let me give you the title of the text this morning. The title of the text this morning is, you got to change your mindset. You got to change your mindset. But we're going through this moment of being broken. Not just on an individual level, not just on a nation level, not just on a cultural level, not just on a gender level. It's on all aspects. All aspects. You look at women today, some women out here today feel like they don't need a man. They don't need a man for this, they don't need a man for that. They feel like they the bomb diggity without a man. The Most High is going to break that. He said he's going to break that mindset of a woman. Because he's going to put you in situations where you're going to need a man to protect you. You're going to need a man to help you in the midst. He's breaking men because the simple fact is he's making men deal with their fears. Because men are very fearful. Black men are very fearful. They're very scary at this moment. He's breaking you of your fear. He's going to force you to do some things that you never thought you would have to do. The American country, the United States of America, is going to be broken because of his pride. He's doing a lot of breaking right now, and I don't think y'all really see it, because when you see people being broken, you see the physical situation, but you do not see the spiritual breaking that's taking place. But I want to talk a little. I may be scattered box today a little bit, but I hope I'm not too scattered. But I ain't got nothing about 40 minutes left, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to get to as much as I can. Okay, let us go to Exodus chapter 7. Exodus chapter 7. Verse 3 and 4. But I want to tell you the reason why the Most High would do what he did in the story of Exodus, in the Exodus story with Pharaoh, is because Pharaoh thought he was the man. Pharaoh thought that he was the person in charge. Pharaoh thought that he was the all in all, and it's like when Moses went to Pharaoh and Moses said, "Let my people go," and Pharaoh didn't want to let the children of Israel go. At that point in time, Pharaoh thought that he had more control over Israel than the Most High had over Israel. That's why he said this in verse 3 and 4. Listen to who's talking. This is the Most High's talking. I'm going to go to verse 2. I'm going to do 2, 3, and 4 because I want us to understand that the Most High is having to make people change their mindsets in order for them to be able to be saved. He got to change you. He got to do some stuff to you. Okay, in chapter 7, verse 2, it says in Exodus, it says, "Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh." See, Aaron was speaking to Pharaoh. It wasn't Moses. Moses was like the El. Moses was like the God on earth for the children of Israel. Okay, it says, "And thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, and he shall send the children of Israel out of the land." Let's look. And then it says, "I will harden Pharaoh's heart and multiply my signs and wonders in the land of Egypt." It was like king was talking to king. King was talking to a king. But because Pharaoh thought that he was in charge of the whole land at the time of what was going on, the Most High had to show Pharaoh that you're nothing but a tool and an instrument to be used. Then it says in verse 4, it says, "But Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hands upon Egypt and bring forth my army and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments." Listen to this, verse 5. "And the Egyptians shall know that I am Yahuwah, and I will stretch forth my hands upon Egypt and bring out the children of Israel among them." See, Pharaoh thought he was in charge. Pharaoh thought he was doing what he wanted to do. Pharaoh thought that he was the bomb diggity of the bomb diggity. Pharaoh thought everything that was happening was under his control. And see, a lot of the times, that's where we think, being in this physical individual person as America around the world. We think that we are in control of everything, but in actuality, we're not in control. We're nothing. We're nothing. And see, when I was out there doing my thing with my truck, I thought that I had it going on. I'm making $3,000 a week, got the fuel and everything. I got this going on, I got this going on, I got da-da-da. I think I'm just doing it, but I'm not. He would set me up for a great fall because of my mindset. He would set me up for a great fall because he knew that I wasn't ready to be where I needed to be because I had to change my mindset. And that's the reason why a lot of people fail in life. It's not because they don't have the abilities. It's not because the Most High is not with them. It's because they don't have the right mindset to do the things they need to do. Let us go to Daniel chapter 4. Let's go to verse 28. I want you to listen to a couple of verses of how Nebuchadnezzar speaks. Listen to how Nebuchadnezzar speaks. Verse 28. Listen to this. All this came upon King Nebuchadnezzar. At the end of the 12 months, he walked in the palace of the king of Babylon. The king spake and said, Is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the power, by the might of my power, and for the honor of my majesty? While the words was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from heaven, said, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken. The kingdom is departed from thee. At the same moment that King Nebuchadnezzar thought that he did everything, it was taken from him because he didn't give glory to Yahuwah. Let me see something. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 27 verse 6. It says, now have I given all these lands into the hands of the king, into the hands of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and the beasts of the field have I given him also to serve. And all nations shall serve him, and his sons sons, until the very time of his land come. Then many nations shall and great kings shall serve themselves of him. But King Nebuchadnezzar did not realize that the kingdom was given to him by the Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. But King Nebuchadnezzar, having this mindset in chapter 4 in Daniel, verses 31, he had a mindset that, in verse 30 says, the king spake and said, Is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? See, Nebuchadnezzar didn't realize that everything that he had was given to him by somebody else. Pharaoh did not understand that he could not be the ruler on the earth, even though he thought he was. So the Most High had to humble Nebuchadnezzar. He had to humble Pharaoh. He had to humble Nebuchadnezzar. He had to humble those people. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 28. This is talking about the nation of the kingdom of Tyre. See, when you think that you're more than what you really is, the Most High have to do something to you. Because He don't want you to get too much out of pocket. Ezekiel chapter 28 verses 3 through 7. And this is when, okay, it says, "Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches." Listen to this. Let me read it over. Understand this. It says, "With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten the riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By the great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thy heart is lifted up because," listen to that, "thy heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore thus said Yahuwah, because thou hast set thy heart as the heart of El, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness." See, when you think that you did everything, you got everything the way you're supposed to get it, how you're supposed to get it, the Most High, and you just think that you're the bomb diggity of everything, and don't give no credit to the Ruach HaKodesh, He can immediately come take it away from you. He can immediately come take it away from you. Let's go to the book of Obadiah. Obadiah. Because I'm letting you know how people fall. How people fall. These are just the nations of people falling. Okay? This is talking to Edom. This is talking to the Edomites. This is talking about the G7s. Listen to this. I'm going to go to verse 3 first. Verse 2 and 3, it says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathens. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thy heart has deceived thee. Thou that dwells in the cleft of the rocks, whose habitations is high, that has said in his mind, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahuwah." Because of your mindset, He will cause you to fall and come down to the ground and make you become low. Let's go to Revelation chapter 18. Let's go to verse 7. Let's go to verse 5, 6, and 7. That's why you got to change your mindset. You got to change your mindset. The Most High, he's going to break some people. When I say he's going to break some people, he's going to break you. He's going to break these modern day independent women who think that they don't need a man. But you need a man to make a child, but you don't need a man to help raise that child. He's going to break you. He's going to have you on your knees crying, seeking for help. Because you think you got it going on like that when you really don't. And he's going to push you men. He's going to break you men of that fearfulness. And he's going to cause you to get out there and do some things that you never thought that you would ever do. Because he sees that you're coward men right now. Revelation 18, 5, 6, and 7. Listen to this. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and hell has remembered her iniquities. It says, reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled to her double. Listen to this one. For how much she has glorified, listen to this. How much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. Listen to this. For she has said in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. That's the U.S. That's nations. Individuals. I'm just going to go to one. Let's go to Matthew, chapter 26, verse 33 through 35. See, we can say a lot of things with our mouth, but our actions means the most. Our action means more than anything. Because the moment that we get ready to be put in that fire really tests us to see how we're going to be. Matthew chapter 26, verse 33 through 35. It says, Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. The word offended means to sin. And Jesus said unto him, verily I say unto thee, that this night before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me 3 times. And Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. But we know what Peter did. Peter was so arrogant and so proud that he think he was just the bomb diggity of the bomb diggities, and wasn't nothing gonna happen to Peter. And see, the Most High had to humble Peter and let you know, dude, you ain't all that. You ain't got it like that, Peter. Because as soon as they ask you, were you with him? You deny them one. No, I ain't with him. Then you did it again. No, I ain't with him. Then you did it again. And the cock at the cross said, dang, I did say that. See, that pride put you in a position, make you think you're in a position that you're really not in. That's what the pride do. That's what pride do. But I'm going to do this. Let us go ahead and go to Luke chapter 14. Because nations fall because of their pride. Individuals fall because of their pride. Let us go to Luke 14. Verses 28. Now I understand. I understand this verse totally much better now. Luke 14, 28 through 33. It says, "For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and count the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it?" He said, if you don't sit down and count the cost, you don't know if you'll be able to do the job. It says, least happy after he has laid the foundations is not able to finish it. All that behold, it begins to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what kings goes to make war against another king, sitting not down first and consult whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him that come against him with 20,000? Or what else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassador and desires conditions of peace? So likewise, whosoever he be of you that's forsaken not all that he has, he cannot be my disciple. The Most High is saying in this, Yahuwah is saying, Yahshua is saying in this, you got to count the cost. You got to count your cost. It means that in whatever you do, you got to see that, am I worthy of doing it? Am I equipped to do it? If I'd have looked back at my life now, I wouldn't change a thing, but I would have, if I had a chance to do some things over, I would have approached my situation different. I would approach my whole situation different when it came down to me owning businesses. Because you got to understand, a lot of us are not taught how to run a business. A lot of us are made to work for people. A lot of us are not made to own businesses. So a lot of us don't have a business mindset. We are made and we've been conditioned to work for people. That's all our parents have told us. Work for somebody, work for somebody, work for somebody, work for somebody. Go get a job, go get a job, go get a job, go get a job, go work for somebody. They never told us how to be a business owner. So if they never told us how to be a business owner, how can we effectively be a good business owner when we only been taught to work for people? Let us go to Proverbs. See, Proverbs 6. We're going to go 6 through 9. And see, a lot of us don't count the cost. America didn't count the cost. A lot of prideful people don't count the cost, saying, is it worth it to mistreat people because it's going to come back up on us one day. We don't count the cost. Proverbs 6 and 6. It says, go to the ants, thou sluggers, consider her ways, and be wise, which having no guides, overseers or rulers, provided her meat in the summer and gather her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O that ain't it. That ain't the one I want. Oh, Proverbs 24. Go to Proverbs 24. Proverbs 24. 6. Proverbs 24. Okay, it says, let's go to verse 5. Listen to this. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increased strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and multitudes of counselors there is safety. Listen to that again. It says, for by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opened not his mouth in the gate. He that devises to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thoughts of foolishness is sin, and the scorners of ambitions to men. If thou faint in the day of adversities, listen to this. The word faint means weak. If thou falls weak in the days of struggle, thy strength is small. If thou forbearest to deliver them to that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doeth not he that ponders the heart considers it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doeth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? See, I'm going to finish with this. We got to change our mindset. We got to change our mindset. Because pride goes before destruction. You finna start seeing a lot of people be destroyed and go through a lot of situations because of their mindset. They thinking that they're one way when in actuality it's something totally different. You look at all the nations that are around the world today. Whoever thought that there was the bum diggity around the world today, all those nations been brought down because of their mindset. When you have a certain mindset, that's when you begin to you create a certain character. Whatever your character is because of your mindset. So as a man thinketh, so is he. Understand that. And I'm gonna say this to you, and I'm not trying to pick on my sisters. And I'm not trying to pick on my brothers. You're gonna be forced to change your mindset. Like I had my period of having my mindset changed. We're gonna go through this period of making our minds change and shift. Women's, you're going to be broken because of your mindset, because of what society have made you to believe something which is a lie. You're going to be broken. Men, you're going to be broken. You're going to be pushed to be somebody you don't want to be. You're going to go through some stuff. America, you're finna be broken because of your mindset. Your mindset creates the behavior. Because none of us, we did not seek wise counsel in whatever we decided to do. We just decided to do it. We didn't seek wise counsel. So what happened? We didn't ask the Most High. We just did what we wanted to do, how we wanted to do it, the way we wanted to do it, and expect for it to be blessed. When you really didn't seek wise counsel about it. So that concludes the teachings for today. Let me go ahead and pray so I can let you go. Abba, as we come to you today, we thank you, we bless you, we praise you, we give you all the honor and the glory. Abba, we thank you for everything you have done, what you continue to do. We thank you for just being you, the Ruach HaKodesh, the spirit that lives in everything. Abba, we just thank you for giving spirits. We thank you for giving your word. We thank you for just being who you are. Abba, we just ask that you continue to lead us and guide us and cover us and just help us in this sense. Let us see the way you want us to see, hear the way you want us to hear, and speak the way you want us to speak. Let us have the spirit of Abraham. Let us have the spirit of David. Let us have the spirit of the prophets. Let us have the spirits of the Nazarites who's willing to be a martyr for your word. Let us have the vision of John and the zeal of Paul. And all these things we pray in your higher name. So let it be. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Y'all have a blessed one.
Woke you up in your captivity, haven't I? Sent my son to free you mentally, haven't I? Showed you the gods of your enemies, haven't I? Gave you a heart that you remember me, haven't I? Help you understand your pain, haven't I? Didn't I give you back your name, haven't I? Showed you everything is vain, haven't I? In narrow path is the way. His word don't come by void. An everlasting covenant he made we can't avoid. We still see that rainbow in the sky, cause this is story. The almighty power, but y'all give him glory. Babylon is falling right before you, haven't I? Hosea 1 and 10, y'all we royal, haven't I? The valley of the dry done came alive, haven't I? Hosea 6 and 2, we been provided, haven't I? He done sent his messengers to open up our eyes. He done sent Messiah, laid his life down and died. He telling all his prophets, y'all, that he done heard our cry. He telling all his prophets, y'all, that he done heard our cry. Send your mighty hand, you see the affliction, but get us out this lane. We know you don't change, but do it all again. Lifting up this rod over waters, trust your plan. We gon' trust your plan. Haven't I woke you up in your captivity? Haven't I sent my son to free you mentally? Haven't I showed you the gods of your enemies? Haven't I gave you a heart that you remember me? Haven't I help you understand your pain? Haven't I did I give you back your name? Haven't I showed you everything is vain? Haven't I? The narrow path is the way.